Hello and welcome back to GoodKnitKisses. I'm Kristen, and my friends with All Free Knitting and I would like to show you the basic bind off method. Today I've got a loom that I have wrapped all of the pegs to go all the way around, including these end pegs, and what it creates is a tube shaped scarf or panel. You can be using this for a bag that you seal this up later, or you had started with this part sealed off and then increased to all these sides here. Do you see how this is open? And so what we want to do is we're going to keep this as an open tube, and we're going to make a basic bind off method and make this go all the way around to where that you've got a finished open project here. So I have wrapped my last row and knitted off, and I've got this end peg here that I'm going to finish on here. So what I want to do is start to bind off this peg. So I'm going to wrap the peg next to it. So this is my last peg that I've got on here with this finishing yarn. Do you see that? And then I'm going to go to the peg to its left, and I'm just going to wrap it. Take my nifty knitting tool here, knit off. Then I'm going to take this one that we just wrapped and knitted off, and we're going to put it on that last peg. And then we're going to knit that one off. And then we'll pick it up and put it on this left peg. You see where your yarn has ended? So now we're on this end yarn again, so we're going to go to the left of where that yarn peg is going. We're going to wrap it, take our knitting tool, and knit off. Then I'm going to take this peg that we just knit off, put it on the very last peg. Knit that one off, pick it up, and bring it over again. Again, this is where I just have my last working strand hanging from. We're going to go to the left. We're going to knit this one off, pick it up, and go to its neighbor and knit that off. Again, picking it up, moving it down every time we've finished. Then we're going to go to the next one, go around, knit that off, picking it up, knitting it off again, picking it up the final time and bringing it around. And if you see it's starting to, let me move my working yarn around, if you see it's starting to bind that off nicely here. So if you needed to just bind off a few, so you're making a thumb hole for something, and not actually go all the way around, you could stop there and then pick back up on your knitting on your stitch, so you can bind off those few stitches. So this is the way that you bind off. You can continue to go all the way around, and when you get to this last peg, we'll pick back up and I'll show you how to finish that off. So this basic bind off method can be done in the round. It could be done on the long loom or a knitting board as you're seeing it here. You can do it on a one-sided rake. Really any number of ways. It's just a basic technique for taking it off the loom. You can also use this long loom to make an extra wide panel by leaving out the one of the end pegs and just going the length that you need. Okay. If you notice, I haven't cut this tail off. I'm just using it as is, because I keep using it to tuck on and add more yarn if you had cut that in the beginning, you wouldn't be able to keep wrapping it. Okay, I've come to my last peg, but notice, I've moved this one over here after I knitted it off, put it over here. So what we're going to do to finish this off is we're actually going to wrap it one more time. We're going to take this and knit it off, and now we can cut our strand, or if you like right now you just make it extra big and cut it in a minute, and then that just comes right off the loom. And then when we cut that strand, we're going to have this nice finish to it. And if you notice here, it's got this nice edging to it that we've made. So this is the basic bind-off method brought to you by allfreeknitting.com and GoodKnitKisses. Thanks for joining us. Happy looming!